Actually, I think that was Devion Smith.
Devion Smith on the
inside running, showing his power, what Coach Spurrier talks about, what he likes about him. The fact that he keeps his shoulder pads pointed towards the end zone. That Orndorff story is a funny one because we end up bringing him in. I knew the name. It was uncommon, so I knew the name. And he looks at me. He's like, my father told me you guys wrestled against each other.
You have a picture of yourself in one of those singlets, by the way? Floating around somewhere on the internet?
No.
No?
We're good.
Green 10, green 10.
2nd and 6 now for Gilbert. A quick pass outside to his running back, Devion Smith. No gain on the play.
Nice job, inside-out pursuit. Great job tackling in the open field. These are good things. I mean, Jeff Luke again showing he's got incredible speed, this guy. Big, strong, fast. And the fact that he's having to control and quarterback the defense, he's proving all the other intangibles is what he needs to show for everyone.
Just under 9 minutes to play here in the first half, 3rd and 6. What do you do here, Marvin?
Well, it's 3rd and 6. We're going to go ahead and we're going to flood a zone over here to the right. And we'll give Garrett Gilbert an opportunity to read man and zone again, just like we said. Looks like he's got zone coming into it.
Green 10!
3 wide receivers stacked closely on the right side. Gilbert works to the right and gets it to Dante Dye Jr. near the line to gain a pickup of about 6 on the play.
And it gives him a 4th down, an opportunity to make a decision.
This bunch formation, too, really backs people off, doesn't it, in the secondary?
It does, and you see he had the opportunity. He took the shallow. He had opportunity the other receiver, the deeper receiver, run into the corner route. And he got the 1st down there.
So they continue to keep this drive alive. Now 12 plays and 72 yards on this drive.
You're giving them a lot
They've been
of
getting
time.
some good spots there.
I didn't do anything. I don't make those decisions. Down! Green 10, green 10!
Gilbert from under center goes to his running back. That's Devion Smith, who's hit right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. There's that man again,
Jeff Luke.
Jeff Luke, the middle linebacker, who's Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, Jeff Luke really done a nice job playing in line again, able to play off the block and penetrate, separate off the block, go inside and make the tackle inside out.
So far, this Orlando football team has 10 first downs in this game. Which is incredible. I mean, they have been super efficient in their first 2 drives.
Down! Green 10, green 10!
Back inside to Smith, who's hit about a yard past the line of scrimmage and driven to the ground. Luke on the stop, 2 yards on the pickup.
Again, a nice job here. You see, the misdirection. They fake the jet sweep and hand the ball downhill to Devion Smith. They're going to fake the jet sweep working across here, and then our offense is going to zone this way and hand the ball off right there. Nice job. 1 cut running, get my shoulder pads pointed towards the goal line, and let's go. I'm stronger, more physical than you up front.
Yankee!
3rd and goal.
Yankee!
From the 1.
Green 10, green 10!
High formation, the toss outside to Devion Smith, and he walks into the end zone. The 2nd touchdown of the afternoon for Smith. And just like that, the Orlando Apollos put 14 on the board.
Mark, what I like about this is the patience of the runner here. You see, once he receives the toss sweep, the fact that his patience, and then sticks his foot in the ground and heads towards the end zone. So great running inside by the runner there.
Nice job by Price, the tight end, who lined up as the fullback that time and was the lead blocker. 15 plays, 75 yards on that drive. This is kind of like a walkthrough, isn't it? I mean, there's been little defense from either team in this game.
Well as the Legends have played on defense, their scoring defense has been the opposite this year. So now sometimes turnovers play into that quite a bit. But that's the thing, they got to do a better job in the red zone. When we talked to Coach Louis Chofie, that's the one area he felt like they needed to get better at as they move forward the rest of this football season.
Smith walked in on the first 2-point conversion opportunity. He lines up to the right of Garrett Gilbert here out of the shotgun. Gilbert will throw it to the left side, has a man, and overthrows Price, his intended wide receiver, as Khalil Bass, the linebacker out of Portland State, was in coverage. So, Orlando leads at 14-6 as we continue to play from Georgia State. You're watching TNT. Mark Malone along with Marvin Lewis. as we take you back out for the second drive of the game for Atlanta, who scored on their first drive and trail right now 14-6, about 6.5 minutes to play here in the first half. They keep it on the ground to Folston.
Oh, damn.
For 2 yards on the game. Take a listen to Steve Spurrier here. Or take a look at him. You can imagine what he's saying, right?
Coach is so disappointed. You know, every time he calls it, draws up a ball play, that ball play's supposed to score, Mark.
He's limping around on that sideline. He's had back surgery here a couple of months ago. 73 years old. But you get a sense he would never miss an opportunity
Still
like
very
this.
passionate about football, as you can see.
What's up?
2nd and 8. The swing outside to Folston makes one tackler miss and out past the 35-yard line, a pickup of 9 on the play, and that'll move the chains.
Terrion Folston has really been the story for this Legends offense thus far today. His ability to catch the football or run the football and make the first point of contact miss. That's incredible what he's done out here this afternoon. The Legends got to keep pace now with this Apollos offense because you know Orlando's going to score touchdowns. That's their 21st two-point conversion try they've had this year, Mark.
Yes.
Murray from under center now at 1st and 10.
What's up?
Towbridge in motion. The flip outside of Malachi Jones on the reverse to the right side. Got blockers in front. Gets the sideline past midfield and finally run out of bounds by number 21, Jerome Copeland, the safety, a pickup of 17 on the play.
Really nice job of execution here as we get out in front. We're going to let this run a little bit because we want to talk about these blocks down the field. Malachi given space, but you see there the block there at the point of attack, and Malachi able to cut off of that and go vertically up the field. That really is a nice job. Great execution by the Legends. Again, Coach Zampese, he's got it all dialed up out here today.
Looking for ball control, which they have been. 3 plays for 29 yards on this drive after a flawless opening drive in this ball game. Keep it outside. Flea flicker. Murray under pressure and dropped by Will Hill in the backfield. The safety blitz gets the Atlanta quarterback a loss of 7.
Well, I said we got another dialed up, but Coach Cowher used to tell me all the time, sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. This time the bear got the Legends here.
Terrific job by Will Hill, who has spent a lot of time in the National Football League, 4 years. Had a bit of a head injury earlier this month against Salt Lake City, but came into this game with 31 tackles. And we did a game with Orlando a couple weeks ago. He was all over the place.
Well, and you get that with at the line of scrimmage. You want to get out of the play, Mark.
What's up?
Brandon Radcliffe is checked into the game. Out of the backfield, he gets the ball on the swing pass and dropped immediately by the linebacker, Reggie Northrup. Loss of 3.
Getting these 2 inside linebackers for the Apollos, Terrence Garvin, Reggie Northrup, with fine athletic players. Both guys can run, both guys can cover, and they're tackling machines. But going back to the gadget play, the flea flicker, the play before, when you have opportunities to execute those plays, you want to get them run. But if you don't like the look on the defense, it's up to, the quarterback to change the play, and that way we can get back to it another point in the game.
So now 3rd and 20. Not a lot of plays in the playbook here for Ken Zampese.
What's up?
And the football off inside. The Folston is dropped. Pickup of about 8 yards before Josh Evans and a crew of secondary players for Orlando come in on the play.
We know a lot of times people get impatient when the offense hands off the draw play on 3rd and 20 and those things. But again, what he's doing is that 8-10 yards he gets, that just adds in field position for them opportunity to go down and punt the football with their punter, who's done a great job this year of putting people down inside the 10-yard line.
It's the hidden yards that we often talk about, or coaches talk about all the time, that don't show up in the stat box, but figure prominently.
Yeah, this is a field position play, field position move here, an opportunity to pin the Apollos back and get the ball back.
Ernest Johnson back deep for Orlando. And he'll let that go. And it'll bounce out inside the 5-yard line. And they'll have the Apollos backed up. Terrific punt that time by Cameron Nislak. 44 yards on the punt, no return. By the way, in conjunction with the Navy Federal Credit Union, the Alliance is proud to be staging a military seat upgrade program with families each week, and they're able to upgrade their seats on game day in recognition of their service, which, by the way, is a terrific program.
No question about it. The opportunity to give back to our military who've sacrificed so much for us, and really impressive. But getting back to that, a nice punt there by Nazalek, as you said. Atlanta has all 3 timeouts, and they have the 2-minute warning, so they have an opportunity to get this ball back with field position if they can make a stop here. And they get the ball in the third quarter.
And
so they
the
have a chance to double up.
Did I see Garrett Gilbert still on the side? Okay, he's talking with the coach.
Never hit up the bounds. When it bounced, it was inbounds, went into the end zone. The result of the play
So
is a touchback.
a miscue there
At the 20-yard line.
by the Legends for not getting the ball down inside the 20-yard line, inside the 5 where it hit.
There's another hidden 22, 23 yards that doesn't
so
pop
that's
up
a
in the stat.
big miscue here. But again, Atlanta right now, move on. Let's make a stop here and get the ball back and have an opportunity for points before halftime. And we've got the ball coming out in the third quarter.
2 minutes and 11 seconds here in the half. Orlando with the football now from the 25. Do have 1 timeout remaining. As Gilbert works from the shotgun. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right.
Green 10. Set it up.
They hand the ball off inside.
So that'll take us to the 2-minute there, Mark. Sorry.
Pickup of 4 yards. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. 2 minutes remaining to play here in the first half as Orlando leads it 14-6.
Pittsburgh, Roger, lock. Pittsburgh, Roger, lock. Green 10. Green 10. Set it up.
Gilbert from the shotgun.
Go, 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 go.
This is the handoff to Johnson. It just keeps it yelling, go, go, go. I need a blocker and find a way to get on the ground for a pickup of about 3 on the play.
That's the kind of play you design, right, Mark?
Exactly.
I didn't see him move.
Nice job, though, by Garrett Gill. Improvising. That's part of playing quarterback. Now, it's not always going to be perfect. You got to improvise.
Apparently, Gilbert opened up the wrong way as Johnson was lined up on his left. Gilbert thought he was on his right.
Well, you saw it was just a little delayed draw with the inside trap, and he was supposed to hand it to the back. He ended up falling the back, so it's like a double lead play, Mark. They'll put that in. Ball coach put that
Green
in
10.
next
Green
week.
10. Set
Brings
it
up a 3rd and 5. Gilbert throwing it out to the left side. Charles Johnson snags it and lurches forward for a pickup of 6 on the play. Dorian Grant on the stop.
And we got a penalty here, but this is what Charles Johnson's been so impressive with, is winning one-on versus one-on-one coverage.
Offside. Defense. Number 29 was lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
It's Damian Swan, the corner, lined up in the neutral zone. You rarely see that happen.
No. But if he was
Orlando
trying
has
to get
elected
up,
to decline the penalty. First down.
So they'll decline the penalty as we take a look at.
so it ended up being the slot corner here. He's lined up in the neutral zone. He's trying to get height. I talked about them getting their hands on the wide receivers of the Apollos, and there he gets up too tight, trying to get too handsy.
down.
Minute 17 to play. Orlando
Green
still
10,
with
green
1
10.
timeout here in
Set
the
up.
final minutes of the first half. Garrett under pressure, throws the ball to the left side and finds an open wide receiver past the line to gain. It's a pickup of 12 yards, and it's Ronell Hall who snags the football.
Looks like they're going to go back on the ball right away.
Hey, River.
First catch
Hey,
of the day for Hall.
Cinco.
Trying to preserve that
Green 10,
timeout.
green 10. Set it up.
Gilbert works the line of scrimmage. Plenty of time. And it's a miscommunication on the sideline intended for Jalen Marshall, but those two not on the same page. And we'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, they're not on the same page there,
just-
Mark, so
yeah.
Gator just does a nice job throwing it away. But it gives him a chance to come back and get composed. 43 seconds, 1 timeout left. And again, the opportunity possibly to get a whack, at least at a field goal before half here.
Now, as a head coach, you coach your quarterbacks here 43 seconds and a timeout, still work the middle of the field, or are you looking at the
I
sideline?
think the whole field's still in play right now. Whole field's still in play. Coach Spurrier he'll control that by the type of play that he calls, and then Garrett's got to execute it through his progression.
Down.
Gilbert 14
Green 10,
of 17 on the afternoon for 148 yards. Dumps it outside, and the play made as soon as Marshall catches the football. No gain on the play as Lewis Young makes the stop immediately on the completion.
So I think the Apollos look like they used their last timeout.
For Orlando.
So Coach Spurrier decides he wants to talk it over. 34 seconds remaining, and Orlando leads it 14-6. Come back to conclude the first half right after this. Well, Garrett Gilbert on a 3rd and 10 tries to get the ball on a crossing route to his wide receiver Jalen Marshall, but he can't hold on here, Marvin.
Yeah, again, another great design of the play. Again, you see the little stutter, man or zone concept. With man-to-man, he continues to run there. Number 29 does a great job there. Strapped to him, and Damian Swan strapped to the receiver.
So that'll bring on the punter, Ben Turk. Low snap, but he gets it off. And it is caught at the 10-yard line. 44-yard punt, no return. And now Atlanta's going to have an opportunity with 19 seconds and 3 timeouts. The head coach here and Kevin Coyle, do you just take a knee? Are you happy with the 14-6 score here?
Yeah, I think with you're getting the ball coming out in the 3rd quarter, I think you got to be pretty happy with where you are. You don't want to have an error right now and give the Apollos some points right before halftime.
Murray's been perfect, 9 of 9, 50 yards, had a touchdown. I think they've only had, 2 series? This is their 3rd series in the first half, is that correct?
Series. You know, both of these kickers are incredible. We talked about Koo, who's 11 of 11, and Fry, who's 12 of 12.
They'll keep it on the ground, inside. Is that Radcliffe? No, it's Folston who picks up 3 on the play, and I think that's going to do it for the first half. So we've got ourselves a football game. Orlando looking to punch their ticket to the playoffs in the Eastern Conference Finals. Atlanta still hoping to keep their postseason playoff hopes alive. It's 14-6 after 1. We'll come back with the second half action from Atlanta right after this. You're watching the Alliance of American Football on TNT. The Orlando Apollos at 5-1 get off to a nice start and lead it after one half 14-6 over the Legends, who were trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Mark Lodewald and Marvin Lewis back here in the booth. Your initial thoughts after the first half?
Big thing right now is the Atlanta defense has to get off the field. They're not winning enough on 3rd down. 32 plays to 22 for the Legends offense.
Meanwhile, this kid Aaron Murray has played particularly well, 9 of 9, yet to throw an incompletion. In fact, there's only been 4 incompletions in the entire first half, Marvin.
Yeah, so that's the big thing is they've got to get an opportunity, get off the field, get the ball back for the Legends offense, give them opportunities to make touchdowns.
Our first half stats here brought to you by the Air National Guard. As you can see at Orlando, putting up big numbers, 185 total yards, 4 of 6 on 3rd downs. Actually, Atlanta is better than that, but you can see 13 first downs to 8 as Steve Spurrier, the head football coach. Let's take a listen to what he had to say in the first half.
Here we go, men. Football time in Atlanta. Here we go.
Did you hear about the Spurrier cam? Oh, they got a camera on you.
They always do. Get in there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Hell. Let's do that same thing.
I'll tell you, he's as fun as anybody in this league to watch and listen to, isn't he, Marvin?
He is great, great sound bites. But the thing is, his simplistic approach to things, and everything is direct and downhill, and it's all about football. He's loving coaching these kids. That's what he said time and time again. I love these players and how hard they're working.
Tarian Folston, 7 rushes for 35 yards in that first half. He was kind of the biggest weapon Atlanta had, despite the fact that Murray was a perfect 9 for 9 in that first half. Broke a lot of tackles, did Folston, in the first half of this football game.
No question about it, Mark. That's been the biggest thing, his ability to make people miss and gain those extra yards.
So, Atlanta will open up the second half at the 25-yard line. 2 wide receivers right. Folston will line up right of Murray in the backfield.
Blue.
The draw inside to Folston, who doesn't escape that tackle. A pickup of 1 yard on the play before Garvin drags him to the ground.
You know, this is, again, a nice little inside trap play. They had about an 8-yard gain on this in the first quarter. And, again, this time the Apollos defense does a nice job of defending it. Terrence Garvin scraping over the top.
Garvin's such a terrific player. We mentioned the Defensive Player of the Week back in Week 1 when they faced off in Atlanta. He was the first defensive football player to have a touchdown in the Alliance, having returned 1 for 51 yards in that football game.
What's up?
Murray, quick pass to the left side, intended for Justin Thomas, just outside of his reach, and it'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, both Coach Sanders talked about this and Coach Spurrier, the fact that their guys are getting back and healthy on this Apollo defense, and they're doing a great job. Their numbers are showing it, and how they're playing on 3rd down now is important.
3rd down so important. In their 2 wins this year, they've converted about 52% of their 3rd down opportunities, and their 4 losses, 33%. So a huge factor for Atlanta this afternoon.
Liz. Blady! Rip.
Yeah, we've got a stoppage in play.
Defense!
Hell no, that was on
Defense!
Everybody's got an opinion.
Okay.
As we wait for Brandon
I'll
Cruz,
say easy. I only got my first
referee.
blue.
False start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
So number 65, that's Avery Genesee, who is the starting left tackle. This week, Kevin Coyle said, listen, I think this guy could probably play guard for somebody in the National Football League this coming year.
Yeah, he's really high on Avery Genesee, but he really feels like his best position would be sliding inside and giving an opportunity back at offensive guard.
6'3", 318 pounds. Murray's got all day. Dumps it down inside to his tight end / wide receiver, Bug Howard, for a pickup of 9 on the play.
Well, in the 2 3rd downs they haven't converted in this football game have been 3rd and 20 and now 3rd and 14 there this last time. And it's hard to overcome those down and distances. They got to stay ahead of the chains here.
And we talk about that ball control offense from Ken Zampese. We see Murray talking to right there. And there's not a whole lot of room in there for negative plays, backing you up, putting you in 3rd and longs. As Dearness Johnson is deep now to return the would-be punt by Cameron Nislek. At the 23-yard line. Johnson breaks a couple of tackles out past the 35, and he's driven down at the 36-yard line. 47 yards on the punt. Christian French with a stop. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with Orlando. We'll have the ball next. Welcome back to Atlanta. Skycam brought to you today by Wheels Up. Marvin Lewis along with Mark Malone as we bring you the call of the Orlando Apollos and the Atlanta Legends. 1st and 10 for the 25 now.
Green 10, green 10.
Garrett Gilbert out of the shotgun. Dumps it down inside. That's Akeem Hunt for about 9 yards on the play before the linebacker Brandon Watts makes the stop.
Mark, these guys do a great job. The Apollos, the offense, Orlando Apollos offense, and setting up their plays. They're conceptually, their pass plays, being able to attack coverage. We keep talking about the same thing, but them flooding a zone, putting 3 receivers in a zone, and allowing the quarterback to make his progression read and throw to the open receiver.
See the numbers there. They're rather prolific after 1/2 a play for Orlando, nearly perfect.
Green 10, green 10.
They keep it on the ground this time. Hunt started left, back to the right-hand side, and maybe picks up a 1/2 yard on the play at best. I don't think he got the line to gain. We'll see where they mark it.
I believe it's going to be just short of the line of game here. It's going to be a big 3rd down here.
So you look at this team 3rd down. They rank 3rd in the Alliance, converting about 38% of their opportunities today. And you've got a lot of different things you can do here. You've got Davion Smith, your inside power runner in the backfield here. You can run the football. You can bootleg. You can throw it here if you're Garrett Gilbert, who works from under center.
Green 10, green 10.
Smith downhill, sticks his head down, gets out past the line to gain, and almost breaks the final tackle. It's a pickup of 3 on the play, and that'll move the chains for the Apollos.
You know, a good setup here, Mark. Garrett actually comes to the line with 2 different plays because you see these 2 tight ends here. This guy is so deep, so if he didn't like the look over there, he would bring him back across. They end up keeping him onside and running just the power play, base power play, double team, and staying front side. So again, he's looking at the defense and counting where he likes numbers best.
That's what you get when you got a guy that's been around as much as Gilbert has. 5 of 7 now on 3rd downs for Orlando this afternoon. Gilbert looking to get it all down the right sideline. Has an open wide receiver. That's Hall, who's drugged down inside the 5-yard line. It was Shaq Wiggins who was in coverage. What a terrific throw and catch.
really a great throw and catch. You know, we talk a lot about that red line, Mark, and here's a good example of where that red line is on the field here. See that red line up here, giving him an opportunity, and you see gives the quarterback an opportunity to have that kind of space between the field and the sideline to drop that football in.
45 yards on that pickup as Hall manages to haul it in, and Orlando will have first and goal here from the 4-yard line. Fake jet sweep up inside. That's the running back Smith. He breaks the tackle. Touchdown? Touchdown! Touchdown Orlando as
Middle.
they find the end zone again in their first drive of the second half.
Again, the same setup that we saw on 3rd and 1. This time they fake the jet sweep, and everybody else is executing and blocking the same play the same. We'll see the replay here, and let's just see if he's able to get in. Yeah, it looks like his elbow's down short of the goal line right there.
Definitely short of the goal line as the safety Ed Reynolds Jr., by the way, got his hand on him in the backfield, slowed him down a bit.
But the difference in the alliance is the Atlanta has to challenge this.
Green 10,
They
green
do
10.
not, and therefore a 2-point conversion up, and we've got stoppage in play. Is it a penalty flag? It's a penalty flag, so apparently this is not a challenge.
They still have the opportunity to challenge if there is a
Ball start.
penalty
Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty.
because the play's not been run yet.
2-point conversion will be from the 7-yard line.
Different situation here, but if you're Kevin Coyle, don't you have somebody that's watching the broadcast somewhere who would get down in his headset and say, hey, listen, challenge this thing?
Well, you don't really see the broadcast. You see the dirty feed from the truck, Mark. See it? So you know, I got to protect the coaches on this one now. Everybody sees it on TV. Well, the guy upstairs who's looking at it for you, he doesn't see what everybody's seeing on television.
All right. The penalty will move back Orlando. Leads to 20 to 6.
Green 10.
2-point conversion attempt. Gilbert fires the ball to the right side, and it's not going to be enough. Intended again for Rennell Hall, who made the 45-yard reception to get them close to the end zone. And it'll be 20 to 6 right now with 10:33 remaining here in the third. We'll come back. Atlanta will have the ball when the Alliance continues on TNT. That app, by the way, #1 in both Google and Apple stores. And if you download it now, there's apparently all kinds of features in it. So you can find it and enjoy as Atlanta takes over the football here from the 25-yard line. Radcliffe gets the carry off the left side for 8 yards. Big drive here for Atlanta now, trailing 20 to 6. It doesn't look like the Orlandos are going to give them any kind of slack at all. They need to find the end zone here, Marvin.
But, Mark, the big thing they just did there, that's an 8-yard gain on first down. So they got an opportunity now to go 2nd and 2, which gives them a chance to if they get the third down, at least it's a manageable down and distance here.
Haven't seen them really take a shot deep
At all
today.
today.
Yeah. 2nd and 2. Murray out of the play action, steps up in the pocket, finds nobody open out to the left side, and gets out of bounds, maybe a yard to gain. 2 at the most.
2 things on that play, Mark. First off, I think they heard you because they were looking for a shot down the field. And secondly, Coach Kevin Coyle told us that the first 2 weeks, Aaron Murray did a nice job extending drives by running. In fact, the first week being their leading ball carrier. And we see him do it there, making the first down.
You would call him athletic. Of course, he's the SEC career touchdown leader. He threw for over 13,000 yards, 121 touchdowns. But we've seen him, since he's taken over as the quarterback here in the Alliance, be able to extend plays, run the football. He's done a very nice job of that. 14 rushes for 81 yards on the season coming into this game.
What's up?
And they keep it on the ground. That's the big back Radcliffe off the left side. Pickup of 5 yards. Garvin on the play along with the other linebacker, Reggie Northrup.
And letting the big guys up front eat. You know, they get excited about that. The fact that they're handing this football off and they're making real positive gains.
Well, I like the fact that by having positive gains on first down, it does open up the playbook for Ken Zampese here on 2nd down. We saw them at least try to take a shot on the last 2nd and short, and those opportunities continue to present themselves here.
No question about it. And also, let's expound a little bit on Aaron Murray and running the football.
What's up?
Radcliffe, the single deep back, gets the ball again over the middle, and he'll pick up maybe 3 on the play. Terrence Garvin and Reggie Northrup again on the stop.
We call those two guys names all day now. Those two inside linebackers, we'll call their names all day long, the way they play inside in this inside running game.
Big third down now. Northrup, again, the inspirational leader of that football team, at least on the defensive side, kind of was thought to be an underachiever. They said in Pee Wee football they put him as an offensive lineman because he had no skill. Then they moved him to defensive end. Then finally to linebacker, and he has found
I like
home.
that big guy in there, Leon Orr as well. I like that big guy in there.
6'6",
He's causing
315
havoc.
pounds. As Murray throws the ball right over the middle. Terrific job